रुचिति का फोन आ रहा है मेरे फोन पे 5 मिस कॉल आ रहे बंदे की मेरा साइलेंट है Okay. Hi students. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Is it? Hi Soumya, hi Jayashri. Hello, good morning. Good morning everyone. Okay. Hi students. Amazing. So, how are you all feeling? How are you all feeling? Morning. 29th December morning. Amma ko please dikha do. 29th December morning and 2 days to go for 2021, and I thought that this is the lesson that I really want to take today. And hi Arpita, I just want to say hi to everyone who's joined in on a 11 o'clock morning wintry call. I don't know how many of you are in North India. North India is pretty cold these days. Hi Arpita, hi Soumya, and hi Nidhi, hi Jayashri, Muskan, hi Muskan, how are you? Very important class for today. If you want, I'm going to repeat it also. We can even do a session 2 of this class, so it will be very helpful. There are 2 3 things that I want to share before starting this class. Is it will be very helpful if you all can constantly put your thoughts in the comment section. It helps to make the session more engaging, more valuable for you, and you can take back a lot. This session is not something where I'm going to give you gyan, where I'm going to teach you a lesson, it's just life experience. I'm just going to tell you that what are the possibilities, as you're entering into 2021, what are the kind of possibilities that you can look in your life, and how it's not just your conventional subjects such as mathematics and so science. They're very extremely important. Believe me, these subjects have also helped me a lot. But how other subjects such as humanities and social science is opening up a new era in this world today. The kind of world we are living in, the kind of issues that the humanity is facing, how social science is going to really help you, and how it can become a possible career. It can become a possible career. So it will be very helpful if you can keep your questions very short, if you can keep on blabbering and keep on writing in the chat section, keep on putting your thoughts in the chat section, so that I can take up those questions as soon as, because we just have 1 hour and we have to discuss our career, everyone. So let's make it the best. Session for this morning. I also have another session before I go ahead at sharp 12:30 today. So, and also I'm going on Instagram live today with Unacademy. So those of you who are on Instagram, please join Unacademy educators and join me live at 2 p.m. today on Instagram. And otherwise, 12:30 we meet on YouTube. Okay, great. Let's quickly start without any delay. It's 11:01. I keep up to the time. Hello, Star family. Hi, Jay, and hi, Muskan. Hi, Lakshita. Oh, very warm welcome to you to this morning session of making career choices. Lakshita has been a very consistent student. So let's begin today's class. The subject is importance of social science in making career choices. And I'm going to begin by introducing myself to all of you, right? My name is Shuchi, and I'm a plus educator at Unacademy for class CBSE class 9 category, so the school category. I've also been a part of Unacademy in 2018, where I was a part of the UPSC team. If my video is buffering, all of you can please refresh your devices. I'll just quickly help other students with the link. Some students are not being able to get to the link actually, so let me quickly share that with everyone. Just give me a moment, everyone, please. Just give me a moment. Okay. Let's begin. So, I'm a graduate from Lady Shri Ram College and I've studied in Delhi University. And I've done my master's in Gandhian and peace studies. I've also done a postgraduate diploma in conflict and peace studies, which is a branch of international relations. And what I aim to build is a society where all of us can live harmoniously and peacefully together. So that's my vision of life, how I want to pursue my life. And you all can follow me at www.unacademy.com if you still haven't followed me, right? So let's quickly. Yes, I'm absolutely fine, Nidhi. Thank you so much for asking me that question. I'm very well. So, this is about me, and I'm also going to begin this session by giving you a little background about how I came to this space and how everything is making sense to me right now. And I was also at one point of time your age. I'm sure I have students from school category, UPSC category. What is the category? Can you all quickly write in the chat section if you're in school, if you're in grade 9, if you're preparing for UPSC? So I was also in the same category as you guys were. So, and like I have come here today. So, why have I come? What was my journey? That's what I'm going to tell you all about. But before that, I have displayed few of the books that you all must have seen in your life, even if you're a UPSC student, a CBSE student. These are the books we've seen in our lives: economics, democratic politics, history, and geography. These are the words you're in class 6. Great, Jay. So glad to have you here. So these are the books all of us have seen, right? And these are all social science books. And we are always cribbing. Oh my god, so much syllabus. This time I have 4 books, this time I have 3 books. Oh my god, ये कैसे काम आएगा? ये मेरे कुछ काम भी नहीं आने वाला है. Why am I reading about economics? Is it going to be beneficial for me in the life? Why am I even reading about Hitler? ये तो कुछ मेरे काम नहीं आने वाला है. Hitler is dead now. Who's going to ask me about Hitler? These kind of questions we ask our teachers also, we ask our friends also, we're talking about it all the time. So, how does that make sense? That I'm going to make you aware with my journey. So, let me come back to my journey now. And why I want you to focus on my journey is because this whole making career choices through humanities came through my journey when I was teaching everyone. So I'll quickly, in 5 minutes, give you about my journey. That how. So I was in class, of course, ninth and 10th, as you all were, and I was pretty good at studies in the sense that I was doing fairly good. I was not the ranker. I never scored first rank, second rank in class, but I was a fairly average student. I used to get 85%, 90%, like somewhere there. And my parents were pretty happy with me because I was doing pretty well amongst my cousins in the family. I had a joint family, and but then I had to. I did pretty well in science and maths in my class 10th boards, and my family thought that okay, now this girl has got nice marks in science math, so in the 11th 12th I think she should take science and math. And I was like, okay, science is pretty easy and science is pretty interesting. I was the one in my coaching class who used to teach everyone electromagnetics and electricity chapter without even taking a tuition. I just used to read myself and I used to teach everyone. And it was so interesting. I used to feel like, wow, science is so interesting. And it was. Believe me, I had a deep passion to pursue science. And I always wanted to run out of Jaipur. I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and I always wanted to go to Delhi or Bombay for my studies. Not outside India, but somewhere in Delhi or Bombay, because that those ideas used to intrigue me a lot to study in Delhi and Bombay. So then I took up, but when I took up science, maths in 11th, 12th, it was nowhere what I imagined it to be. It was nowhere where I thought it would be easy. It would be. It was not at all easy at all. It was difficult. It was Mota Mota Pradeep books, and I just failed to understand. And then I took admission into an IIT coaching, and then, I never used to understand anything, and I used to go from a bus, and I used to really struggle a lot to really pursue. But I knew that I'm not being able to do this. I'm not understanding the kind of questions they're teaching, and their style, and it was very difficult for me. I felt like mathematics is just going out of my way. and it's not, if I read it on my own I understand it, but in the coaching centers I just don't understand anything. And that point of time, the teachers, it's not like Unacademy how we are having a live discussion over here. It used to be like some 450 or like some 100 students sitting in one class. It's so hot, and then they're just teaching you some very very high ended topics which requires a lot of understanding, and I was not understanding at that point of time. And I confessed it to my parents also that it's very difficult, that I don't think so. Internally I knew internally that I don't think so that I will be able to get through the competitive exams, and I'll be able to make it through a good engineering college. But of course, at that point of time, everyone encourages you to do that, but you should always listen to your heart, right? What your heart says is the most important thing. And I also remember that at that point of time, I was in the most prestigious school, which was the best school in India for humanities. And I did not know this fact because everybody at that point of time, I'm from those 99, and everybody wants to become an engineer or a doctor or a CA in your family, right? And nobody wants to go off the road and for unconventional paths. But then I, of course, took a very brave decision when I did not get through the IIT. I was like, okay, it's not the end of the world. I have to try something. So I took up an admission in a Delhi college and LSR, and I took up literature over there. And that is the time when I realized that a lot of opportunities have opened up. You know, a lot of opportunities. I think it was for the first time that I was looking at the world from a perspective. And people used to say, oh my God, by taking arts, what are you going to become? This question of what are you going to become is the most toughest. Now you're in Jay is in class ninth, Lakshita is in class 6th and, 6th and ninth and 10th. You don't know what are you going to become, but you know that there is a path that you can choose. That path will lead you somewhere. You don't know what you become, but you're in the process of becoming something. Michelle Obama's book is called Becoming. So it's never that you become something, but you're always in the process of becoming something. And that is the most important thing, and that's what your parents need to realize. I think if this is a YouTube session, so please share it with your parents also. They really need to understand that people need to choose freely what they understand the best. If you're too much into society, into politics, into a lot of these things, you'll never be, you'll fail to understand mathematical equations. So you should always follow your heart. That is my first tip to all of you. And so coming back to the topic, that now then of course I worked into few NGOs, and I worked with few organizations, and right now I'm with a very good organization called the Global Education and Leadership Foundation. Even if you want to become an IAS officer, I'm going to come to that, Jay, that how is social science going to help you? And that's what the lecture is all about. That how your social studies, now coming back here, how your social sciences help you becoming whatever you want to become. Now, ये वो era ही गया where only doctors and engineers and CAs were respected. Today we are in the 21st century where every job is respected. Entrepreneurs are respected because they're creating jobs. They are not the job seekers, they are the job creators. You don't have to seek jobs anymore, you have to create jobs for everyone now. Right? That's the most important thing. So you have to seek jobs. That's the most important thing. Okay, then so now when I see, now how will you become an IAS officer? Tell me. Now, an IAS officer is for the society. It is an administrative officer. Now, an administrative officer's job does not require only maths and science. Does require you to become good orator, good public speaker, good It requires a lot of skill set. Now this skill set is everything. If you want to become an IAS officer, everything you will have to do. You need to know where you're living, the geography of where you're living, where your district is. You need to know the economy. If your district and your state is doing poorly, what are the economic measures that you can take? How am I going to be as an officer? History is very important. Each and every topic in humanities and social science becomes so important, right? So social sciences play a very important part. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a very easy example. And randomly I have picked up this class 9th democratic politics book, which has 5 chapters. And I thought, if you don't know about these 5 chapters, you're actually losing out a lot in your life, right? Now, what is democracy and why do we need democracy? What is the constitutional design? As a normal human being, I feel, you must definitely study science, must study maths, you must study about environment. It's very important that you know about your environment, politics, society, and the economy. Yes, Bhumi, I'm coming to that question. Even if you want to become a dentist, you tell me you're a dentist, okay? Now tell me that, do you not want to know what is democracy? What kind of society do you live in? What kind of world do you live in? You need to be aware of that, right? Even if you're a dentist, even if you're a doctor, even if you're a CA, there are so many students I feel I meet in marriages and my cousins who are very good at studies, they're getting 95%. They really don't even know the president of India, believe me. There have been discussions that they don't even know the chief minister of their state. Do you want to become that kind of citizen of your country? Do we want to become that kind of citizens of the country? We have to know the electoral politics, yeah, how the elections are happening in our country. Every 5 years there's an election that happens, because then we are going to suffer, because we are going to vote for the wrong person, or we are never going to vote. You're given a right to vote right after 18. You'll never vote if you don't know the importance of that one vote. The country's economy can drop down, your futures might drop down or rise up through the kind of polity that you have in your country, through the kind of political party that your country is having. Democratic rights, even if you're a dentist, okay? And you are not aware of your democratic rights. You don't even know what fundamental rights are. कि हाँ यार क्लास 9th के अंदर पढ़ा था, एग्जाम दे दिया था, बड़े अच्छे मार्क्स आए थे. Now I have forgotten. मुझे तो अब याद ही नहीं है. I don't know what democratic rights are. Anyone can just take undue advantage of you as a citizen. So you need to know about your democratic rights so that nobody can fool you or cheat you. That no, I have the right to open this place, I have the right to profess my kind of religion, I can freely practice the kind of profession I want to practice. Yes, now, like how she is asking that she wants to become an event manager in foreign countries. And which college should she go and what degree should she pursue? Now, tell me, Ashi. Now, in these kinds of scenarios, humanities and social sciences really help. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pratibha. But don't bombard the chat box with it. I really appreciate. Please follow me on Unacademy and dedicate me hats if you really like me that much. But coming back to Ashi's question, if you know about your democratic rights, if you want to go into foreign countries and if you want to do event managing, you need to know about the culture of different countries. What do they like? What kind of marriages? What kind of functions? What kind of events are happening there? You need to know about their economy. You need to know about their kind of polity. There are so many countries which do not give visas, which do not allow other citizens to come in. You really need to. So I'll give you one word about that. You need to be aware. And I'll tell you, awareness in social science plays a very big role. If you're not aware, it's very difficult. So you need to be aware, which gets me to the next set of my point, and this is what we're going to majorly discuss for next 20 minutes now, and then I'll open it out for the question and answers. That these are the kind of possibilities that you can get through social sciences and through humanities. There was a time where there was no scope. Why people never took social science and arts? Because parents said कोई scope ही नहीं है भाई साहब. अरे यार मेरी बच्ची ने आर्ट्स ले ली. मतलब आर्ट्स और ह्यूमैनिटीज़ तब लेते थे जब लड़के तो ले ही नहीं सकते. लड़कों के लिए तो जैसे कि पाप हो गया। टेलीग्राम पे आप प्लीज सर्च करिए अनअकैडमी सुचि शर्मा, कि बिल्कुल दे ही नहीं सकते, ऐसी काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन हो गई थी। राइट तो क्योंकि कोई स्कोप नहीं था तो कोई लेना भी नहीं चाहता था सोशल साइंस। अब स्कोप हो गया तो लोग लेंगे भी सोशल साइंस, क्यों भाई? सुची शर्मा बेटा, SUCHISHARMA। प्रतिभा, this is to answer you. Please search Suchi Sharma, SUCHISHARMA. My name is written right on the top of the screen. Okay, so now these are the things that you can become through taking social science, and these are the kind of avenues in the scope of the social sciences that has opened up now, which was not earlier but which is now there. So it's a beautiful, beautiful presentation that I've made for you, and I'm going to explain each and every word, and I'm going to explain what are these things, what are the scopes of these things, you know. First is First is, beta, maybe take a SUCHI 024 referral code, or just put down that name, it should definitely come up. Or just drop me a message somewhere on Unacademy, I'll send you the Telegram link as well. Great. So the first thing is that you can become a social scientist. Now, how you have your natural scientists, biological scientists, physics scientists, chemistry scientists, you also have social scientists. Now, these social scientists is a name, is a term given, like it's not about just polity and economy. There can be a lot of research, there can be a lot of science behind society as well. There can be scientific reasons. There can be scientific reasons for having the way the society behaves, the patriarchy, we were recently doing an economics chapter. You have heard of this chapter, poverty, understanding poverty. So there we read a concept that social scientists have said that vulnerability, and mm, social exclusion is a social concept, and these concepts have been given by the social scientists. So you can become social scientist through pursuing social sciences. Okay, and how you can become, you can read and research in whatever topic you're interested in. Like someone is really interested in managing events, becoming an IS officer, it requires a lot of reading, a lot of study, right? So, social scientists you can become. Administrators. Being an administrator requires a lot of humanities. Believe me, that is one job you cannot afford to clear just by maths and science. You have to be aware of social sciences. You have to know the geography. You have to know the society. You need to know the polity. सबसे ज़्यादा concept पूरा civil services में सबसे बड़ा subject ही Indian polity है, कि polity जब तक नहीं पढ़ी तब तक तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. पढ़ना पड़ेगा इलेक्टोरल सिस्टम, पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम. मेरा नेक्स्ट लेक्चर जो है यूट्यूब पे वो इलेक्टोरल पॉलिटिक्स पे है, कि यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई इलेक्शंस आर हैपनिंग, व्हाट इज इलेक्शन कमीशन, कैसे इलेक्शन हो रहा है. Because you want to become an administrator, you're going to take up the whole state, and you rule India, and work for the country. You're going to be a government official. You need to know about how the government is formed. So social science plays a very very important role. बहुत लोग होते हैं, मैम मैं नहीं पढ़ूँ, मतलब 10th 11th 12th तक तो वो इग्नोर करके रखते हैं. उनको पता है that we want to become an IAS officer, we want to prepare for civil services, बट नहीं अपने स्कूल की पढ़ाई में ध्यान देंगे. मेरी क्लास में भी बड़े बच्चे आते हैं, मैम मैं कौन सी बुक्स पढ़ूँ, मैं कब से तैयारी करना शुरू करूँ, है ना मान्या. इट्स नॉट अबाउट मैं यूपीएससी के लिए आर्ट्स लूँ. अगर आप आर्ट्स नहीं भी लेते हैं बच्चे, दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. प्लीज, यू वांट टू परस्यू engineering, doctor, whatever you want to pursue. But what you're studying right now in your class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, please study it very carefully. बिकॉज आधा सिलेबस, ये जो आप बुक्स देखी है आपने, यही चारों बुक्स आपको वापस यूपीएससी के टाइम पढ़नी पड़ रही. बट अभी 9th 10th में बच्चे क्या करेंगे, जल्दी जल्दी मगअप कर लिए क्वेश्चंस, क्रैम अप कर लिए, मैम इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन क्या है अंडरलाइन करा दीजिए, इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स, जाके प्यूक कराएंगे एग्जाम के अंदर सारे आंसर्स, एंड देन दे विल बी troubled when they have to study for UPSC. Oh, I don't understand. Because क्लास 9th में, क्लास 6th में, क्लास 10th में आपने कभी समझने की कोशिश ही नहीं की. एंड दीज आर द टॉपिक्स. मैं इसीलिए हमेशा कहती हूँ, यू वांट टू प्रिपेयर फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज, पे अटेंशन राइट नाउ इन योर क्लास. Study very nicely your class 9th and 10th syllabus, especially social science. Do it very carefully. Try and understand each and every concept of democratic politics, of social science, of world history. आपको पता है इस बार सबसे क्लास 9th के सिलेबस का अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल दूँ, व्हाट आर द टॉपिक्स? इट्स हिटलर, राइज ऑफ हिटलर एंड नाजिज्म, इट्स फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर, इट्स French Revolution and Russian Revolution. This is almost the 50% of your syllabus for world history in UPSC. अब आपने अभी तो पढ़ा नहीं, उस वक्त आपको मोड़ेंगी, आपने एनसीईआरटी पढ़नी. मैम हम कौन सी बुक पढ़ें, कौन सी गाइड पढ़ें, कौन से नोट्स पढ़ें, कौन सी कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट, विजन, अनअकैडमी, ये वो, मैम कौन सी के पढ़ें? अरे क्लास 9th की एनसीईआरटी पढ़ो भाई, दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. यू नीड टू रीड द एनसीईआरटीज फर्स्ट, राइट? So that is one thing. Please keep your questions coming, and I'm really liking this very interactive class because people are very free to ask their questions, so keep asking your questions. Third option that opens up, third new prospect when you take up social sciences or when you study social sciences. This lecture is not about taking up social sciences but really focusing and paying equal attention to social sciences. That's what my lecture is all about. Third option which opens up is of academicians. Academicians means going to a higher level of study, like how when you're taking up doctorate or when you're taking up your engineering, you go for BTech, then you tech, which is specialization. In the process of becoming a doctor, also you take up few degrees. So when you're planning to become an academician, which is an educator basically, which is a professor, where you want to teach, where you want to become a lecturer, where you want to write and publish your papers, when you want to research, is when you want to become an academician. When you want to stay in the field of academics, when you want to stay in the field of universities, schools and colleges, is when you want to stay connected to academics. So and in academics you can choose any kind of field, even event manager, Rashi. There's so many academicians and MBA students who've written so much about so much academy. People teach event management, right? People do teach. So how do they teach? Because they're academicians. They've researched about it. They've seen few societies. They've researched about how events happen. What is the theory of having an event? How do you organize? What are the basic principles? What are the basic principles to organize an event? What does it require? The kind of risks that are required in managing an event. Are you there, Rashi? Ashi, this is for you. Hi Jayashri, welcome to this class. Hi Manya. And so that is how you can do your PhD, Masters, MSc. You can be a professor. You can open up your own education institution. You can open up your school. There's so many. There's so many avenues for you as an academician. So that's one more thing. Next is civil society protagonists. Now it's not zaruri that you always take up, you always want to become a, like it does not require when you want to open up an organization that you will have these many qualities and that you will have these many qualifications and you will have these many qualifications. Civil society protagonists is very easy. You must have seen the kind of NGOs that are there. There are so many NGOs and social organizations that are working. There's so many NGOs and business setups and entrepreneurs. So they're all opening up, and there are some for-profit and not-for-profit. Not-for-profit organizations are also there, of course, and there are for-profit organizations. But that's okay. At the end of the day, they're civil society members. They're working for the welfare of the society. Like if I want to open up a organization which promotes school students spreading peace, I can open it up. It's okay, I might earn some money, but at large, I'm going good for the society as well. And it's my own initiative, it's my own mind. Right? So there are so many job opportunities, there's so many organizations, सिविल सोसाइटी प्रोटैगनिस्ट. आप लोग को लगता है कि सोशल साइंस लेने पे हमारा जॉब कहाँ लगेगा, पैकेज कैसे होगा? यूएन, यूनाइटेड नेशंस का कितना सारा इंडिया के अंदर काम है. There's so many other organizations work law, there's so many educational institutions, there's so many environment, disasters, so many other things that are offering you well paid packages, well paid jobs, like engineers and doctors are paid. तो ये एक सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक पहले क्या था कि ह्यूमैनिटीज़ में जॉब लगने से तो पैसे नहीं मिलते. अरे एनजीओ तो पैसे ही नहीं देते हैं, उनके लिए तो हम क्या करें. बट द सिनेरियो हैज़ चेंज्ड नाउ. With the progress, people really need in a country a lot of social scientists. A lot of NGOs are paying a lot. They need experts, right? So yeah, I mean, civil society protagonists, UN, NGOs, and all these things. That's startups for a social cause. Now, of course, there will be startups, and it's not just you have to seek job, but if you're well read, well studied enough, it's not just you have to seek job, but if you're well read, well studied enough, if you have interest, you can also have your own startup. And that does not mean to be social cause. Humanities and social sciences just does not have history, geography. It talks about society as a whole. It talks about the environmental science. It talks about disaster risk management. It talks about climate change. It talks about women empowerment. It talks about entrepreneurship, which is creating jobs instead of seeking jobs. It talks about economy. So economic startups, anything. Just not just कि social cause या social problem पे ही होना चाहिए, but anything that you feel like which you're passionate about, you can have a startup about it. There's an idea that can change your life. you know that is the mission and motive behind entrepreneurship and having a startup. So these are the kind of careers that you really can, and these are very less careers. I have just put them into bold point, like social scientists, administrators. Under social scientists there are like 10 things that can come up. Under administrator, there are 10 things that can come up. Academicians, 10 things that can come up. Civil society protagonists, so many things. Aam Aadmi Party, what was it? It was a civil society movement which became a political party, and now it's leading to a national change. What was Atishi? Atishi was a good academician who's into the Delhi government education policies. She's completely changed the way the Delhi government looks at education now. She studied at Oxford, like I don't know exactly what college, but she's well read. She's done her master's, PhD, and she's brought in all those changing into the government policies. Well read mind will bring change into the policies of the government, right? Then startups for a social cause. Says कि humanities लेके बनना क्या है, there's so many answers that you can give, and that's why I wanted to bring up this lesson. There's so many things that you can become. We don't know about all these things. We're not aware of these things because we don't read enough about it. But there's so many things that we can become, right? Hello. Hello. Any questions, anyone? Any questions related to your career choices, whether you should take up humanities, any doubts, any you are not able to answer to? Everyone's free to ask their questions. Please proceed further. Hi, Rishika. Hi, Rishika. How are you? Any questions, kids? So these are the kind of possibilities. These are the kind of options that open up when you take up social sciences. So when your parents ask, these are the kind of options. Make them watch to go through my YouTube video, so that they know that how the world, the perspective in the world is changing. One of my senior who's now into UN, and she's working in Italy, and she told me Ram College, and she told me that gone are those times when parents thought that the humanities or these things off-road conventional things don't pay well, but they do pay well. Hmm? They do pay well. Over to you, students. If you want to ask any questions, go ahead. You're all free to do so. Hi, Bache. Hi, Tata. Okay, if there are no more questions, then we'll give an end to this class. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. And I hope you liked the session. And okay, thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Seema. Hi, Aditi. Sorry. Hi, Lokesh. Yes, these days it's very flexible how your lessons are planned in humanities. You get psychology with your science subjects also. You get psychology with the there's a lot of flexible combinations that schools are giving these days. Thank you so much, Tata. I don't know how much of the session have you attended, but I'm glad that you all liked it. All of you, if you have ever any doubts, in, and if you have difficulties in choosing your career option and choosing your subjects in class 11th and 12th, do drop me a message at Unacademy. I'll try to help you as much as I can. Maybe I can even talk to your parents, make them understand about the possibilities these days. We can work that out. But all that will only happen if you follow me on Unacademy. If you use my referral code, which is SUCHILIVE, roll in my plus batches. Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm going to see you all at 12:30 p.m. for the next session. Next session on electoral politics. Total politics. It's very important that you enroll in the plus batches. It's very important because the plus subscription gives you access to a lot of educators.
Send your number back to the number. Sending your number on WhatsApp back to them.
And it's very important that you take a plus subscription because you get access to so many educators for one single subject. For social science, you'll get access to so many educators. So please do take plus subscription. It's very good. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here in the class. Thank you very much. And bye-bye. Have a nice day. Do come at 12:30 p.m. for my YouTube session on electoral politics at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I'm going live on Instagram. So Instagram live at 2 o'clock. Thank you so much. Bye.